In a dramatic turn of events that's sending shockwaves through Europe and beyond, Poland has just made history. For the very first time since the outbreak of the Ukraine conflict, a NATO member state has taken the extraordinary step of firing on foreign drones that entered its airspace. This is not just another headline. This is a pivotal moment that could redefine the security landscape of the entire region. Since the Ukraine conflict erupted in 2022, the world has watched as tensions simmered along NATO's eastern flank. The war has brought new risks, with neighboring countries like Poland constantly on high alert for any spillover or accidental escalation. But until now, no NATO country had actually engaged militarily with an aerial threat linked to the conflict. That changed this week when Polish forces made the call to open fire. This wasn't just a routine military drill or a show of force. This was a real, live engagement with real consequences. Let's break down exactly what happened, why it matters, and what it could mean for the future of NATO and European security. Earlier this week, Polish defense forces were monitoring their sophisticated radar and surveillance systems as they do every day. Suddenly, alarm sounded. Unidentified drones had crossed into Polish airspace, flying dangerously close to the border with Ukraine. These drones weren't just passing by, they were violating Polish sovereignty, raising immediate concerns about their origin and intent. Were they Russian? Were they Ukrainian? Or were they simply stray drones caught in the chaos of war? The answers weren't clear, but the threat was real. Acting with speed and precision, Poland's military command authorized the use of defensive systems. Anti-aircraft batteries and missile defense units sprang into action, tracking the drones as they moved deeper into Polish territory. Within moments, the Polish forces successfully engaged and downed several drones, sending fiery debris crashing to the ground near the border. The operation was over in minutes, but its impact was immediate and far-reaching. News outlets around the world flashed headlines: Poland shoots down drones, a NATO first. At a press conference, Polish officials confirmed the incident, emphasizing their commitment to defending national airspace and the safety of their citizens. This was the first time a NATO member had taken such direct action since the Ukraine war began. But why is this so significant? At its core, NATO is an alliance built on collective defense. Article 5 of the NATO treaty states that an attack on one member is considered an attack on all. While this incident didn't trigger Article 5, it's a stark reminder of the alliance's purpose: to protect its members from external threats no matter how they arrive, be it by land, sea, or air. Poland's swift response wasn't just about defending its own territory. It was a message to the world, and especially to those watching from Moscow and Kiev, that NATO's eastern borders are not to be tested lightly. The Polish military's readiness and resolve were on full display, showing that any violation, intentional or not, will be met with forceful action. In statements following the incident, Polish officials issued stern warnings to any nation or group considering similar provocations. "We will not tolerate violations of our airspace," declared a government spokesperson. "Our response will be immediate and decisive." This clear stance is meant to deter future incursions and reassure the Polish public. The move has sparked intense debate within NATO itself. Military leaders and diplomats are now reassessing how the alliance should respond to the growing threat of drones and other unmanned systems, which are increasingly used in modern warfare. Could this incident set a new standard for engagement? Will other NATO countries adopt similar rules of engagement? As news of the shootdown spread, analysts and commentators rush to weigh in. Some see Poland's action as a necessary step to protect NATO's credibility and deter further aggression. Others worry it could escalate tensions, especially if future incidents are misinterpreted or lead to unintended consequences. Military experts are now debating whether this bold move by Poland will force NATO to update its policies on drone incursions and cross-border threats. Some argue that clear, unified rules are needed to prevent confusion and accidental escalation, while others caution against overreacting and risking a wider conflict. Behind closed doors, strategists are poring over maps and intelligence reports, trying to determine the origin of the drones and what their mission might have been. Was this a test of NATO's resolve or simply a tragic mistake in the fog of war? The answers could shape alliance policy for years to come. On social media, the incident has sparked a firestorm of opinions. Some users are praising Poland for standing up to potential threats and defending NATO's borders. Hashtags like #PolandStrong and #NATODefense are trending, with supporters sharing messages of solidarity and pride. In Poland, many citizens have taken to the streets to show their support, waving flags and expressing relief that their military acted decisively. For them, this is a moment of national pride, a demonstration that Poland will not be intimidated. But not everyone is celebrating. Some worry that this could be the first step toward a dangerous escalation. Anti-war protesters and concerned citizens are voicing fears that a single miscalculation could drag NATO deeper into the Ukraine conflict or even spark a broader confrontation with Russia. The stakes are now higher than ever. Poland's decision to shoot down the drones has raised tensions along the entire eastern border of NATO, with military convoys and patrols increasing in frequency. Neighboring countries are watching closely, wondering if they could be next. Around the world, governments and citizens alike are glued to their screens, waiting to see how Russia, Ukraine and NATO will respond. The eyes of the world are on Eastern Europe, and every move is being scrutinized for signs of escalation or de-escalation. The big question now, if another NATO country faces a similar threat, will they follow Poland's example? Could this incident mark the beginning of a new, more assertive NATO posture in the face of hybrid warfare and drone incursions? One thing is certain, this is a historic moment for NATO, Poland and the entire region. The story is still unfolding and the consequences could be felt for years to come. Stay tuned for more updates as we continue to follow this unprecedented development. And remember, subscribe to our channel for the latest breaking news and in-depth analysis on NATO, Poland and the ongoing Ukraine conflict. We'll keep you informed as this story develops and as the world reacts to Poland's bold move.